Hello. I'm going to do a reading today from my book, and this is as much for me as it is for you guys. Recovery sucks. You spend as much time in bed in recovery as you do when you're sick. So I'm still in bed 90% of the day, and it's pretty impossible to stay awake, so I just basically sleep, and always right around 4 is when I could get up and take a shower and then proceed to go back into bed. But recovery's gonna be long, and it's just you're supposed to, it's just a constant withdrawal and then detox, withdrawal, detox, overdose, withdrawal, detox, overdose, because with all the pills, and then I'll sleep sometimes for 12 hours straight or a whole day, and I'll miss all these doses. So some days I'll take 6 pills, and some days I'll take 12, and some days it's 20, and there's no way to be on a cycle. So the emotional roller coaster the detox is putting me in is just every time I wake up, it's a panic attack or rage. It's either hysterically crying or feeling like I just want to be in a smash room. But recovery's been absolutely hell, and I don't feel any spirituality at this point, because all I feel is anger and rage and hostility, and I can't do anything. And I just realized June's about to end, and it's another summer I'll just be in bed. And all last summer I was in bed, starting right around July 1st, right when I got saved. I was either at work or in bed. I did nothing except work in bed. So it's just, I'm bummed out, I guess. There's not going to be lake days and hanging out and stuff, because the most I could do is my little walk, and that's sometimes. But so recovery is discouraging, even though it should feel like the best thing in the world because you're in remission. But because it's so long, and your options are either, well, for me, be not on drugs and have my mind, but physically be unable to even stand or leave my bed without the walker, but have my mind, or be all drugged up and feel like not myself. You don't think like yourself, you don't act like yourself, you don't have the same emotions. For the pharmaceuticals are literally from the devil, and when you're taking them all over the place like a roller coaster, you're just a complete emotional wreck all the time. And I do my best to just avoid everyone at every moment. Luckily for the walk-in shower, I could just go in there and sit in there when I need to just have a panic attack. But I'm having tons and tons and tons of panic attacks now. And recovery literally is just, it's hell. And I hate every second of it. The 25th, I had to say, but I'm thankful to God I'm in recovery. But it's really hard to just be a friend, be a partner, be a parent, be literally anything other than in bed, a complete mess. So I know, very discouraging, but I just, people think once you hit recovery, all you should do is be so happy, but you have so much rebuilding to do, and so much to work through, and so much detox and withdrawal, that emotionally and mentally, I'm the worst I've been since the day I got sick right now. So I'm going to read yesterday's first, because I skipped yesterday, and yesterday was a miserable day for me. I think the day before was too. I've been having multiple days that have just been god awful, but just because my emotions and mental state. So here's yesterday that I missed. It's called Love is a Verb. Love is a verb, not an emotion. Love does, because my spirit is within you. My love resides in you, so that you are able to have a heart of compassion. Love will weaken if it is not active, so I bring opportunities into your life to fully express and give love to others. Your love is the evidence of your intimate connection to me. Although it may seem extreme, I want you to lay down your life for others. My desire is that you would allow me to focus upon you and your needs and desires while you focus on others. I'm not asking you to do something that is more than you can handle. I'm just asking you to allow my love to flow in and through you. Open your heart and leave the rest to me. My love within you will motivate you to help the poor and needy, those who are alone and hurting. I want you to see everyone through my eyes and not your own. When you view life from an eternal perspective, it changes everything. It is in being a vessel of my love that you will find a peace and joy that goes beyond all your expectations. This is my way of allowing you to experience heaven on earth. If someone has enough money to live well and sees a brother or sister in need but shows no compassion, how can God's love be in that person? That's 1 John 3:17. So that was yesterday's that I missed. And yours today is a good measure. There's nothing wrong with having hopes and desires, praying for what you want and expecting my answer. But I also want to give you, I also want you to give and live selflessly. That is what produces the harvest of blessings you long for. I promise to reward you if you diligently serve me. I have made this promise not so that you would bless others to receive blessings from me, but so that you would look forward to the reward of being obedient to my word. If you look after the poor and needy, you will never be in want. What you do unto others, you do unto me. Focusing on the problems of others can help you to stop focusing so much on your own. It will help you to let me handle your life as you invest in someone else's. As you serve me and live passionately for my glory, I'll bring blessings into your life that you ask for, some that you would never have thought to. I will never withhold blessings from you if I see they are good for you. So simply focus on giving, and you'll be given more than you can measure. Give, and it will be given to you. A good measure, pressed down, shaken together, and running over, will be poured into your lap. For with the measure you use, it will be measured to you. It's Luke 6:3-8. No. I really want to walk. I've been attempting to go walk down by the lake in the evening for sunrise. It's just too complicated. So, I don't know. It's just the energy. Even when you're awake, you're so tired that it's like when you're falling asleep and it feels like the middle of the night and you can barely hear, barely speak, and you're dozing off and you're just like, It's kind of like that 24/7. So no matter how much you sleep, you're just drugged up, even when you're not asleep. So I hate drugs and the pharmaceutical companies. I literally think they're all the devil. Meds are so bad. So I don't know. At some point, I'll probably just stop taking everything, go into horrible, horrible withdrawal. But I'm sure there's going to come a day that I just stop everything and maybe go in the hospital for a little while. But eventually, I got to get things out of my system because I hate living on pharmaceuticals. You're not yourself. You don't feel the same emotionally. You don't act the same. Your brain's not the same. My giftings barely work. You just feel drugged up. You don't even feel like a person. You just feel like a drugged up vessel. I hate it. So sometimes I think I would just rather lay here in physical pain and not be able to move than lay here just a drugged up fool that can't do anything and still in bed 90% of the time. So I'm still deciding, but right now I have 2 doctors that both are prescribing me stuff that both said they've never ever heard of my disease ever and know nothing about it and are Googling what to give me, and I haven't even had my very first appointment just to get an actual neurologist that prescribes meds to be on a single thing that I'm supposed to be on. So I'm just basically throwing darts, and they're mixing all sorts of pills that don't go together. And I've not once in my whole sickness had emotional things like this, rage things like this, panic attacks like this. This is the worst mentally and emotionally I've ever felt since the day I was sick, even when I was paralyzed. And I know it's just the drugs. They're literally just from the devil. And I can't wait for the day I just stop everything. I'll 100% go into shock. Probably way worse than before, because I'm just going to cut cold turkey next time. But I'm going to wait till September and just probably spend all of October just in seizures and detoxing, but I'm not gonna live my life on drugs. I hate them so much. So recovery, I don't know, for everyone that has people in recovery, I know you want to be like, yay, and let's do this and that. You're just as sick as you are when you're not in recovery, just a different way. And it's been, it's been something. But so for everyone in recovery, just, I don't know, keep taking a lot of showers, keep avoiding the people you love, keep isolating, I guess, as much as you can when you feel like you can't be yourself. I'd rather be around not a single person I know right now or see anyone. It's hard to enjoy things when inside you feel so much rage and turmoil and just all the side effects of these pills. And there's just so many. It doesn't even make sense. And they want to just keep putting you on more and more and more. And then you have like 13 symptoms and they'll be like, hey, this pill's for this, but this is for this, this is for this, this is for this, this is for this. But now that you're on this, you need this to counteract that, and you need this because it's going to drop that. And they'll have you in a whole freezer Ziploc bag full of meds that don't even go together. And if they actually did studies on combining even the set of drugs I'm on, I could tell you just mentally and emotionally how I feel and my disconnect from God, that it's dead wrong. But I'm gonna just stay drugged up for the summer because, at least Adam won't have to hear me with Tourette's and seizures and stuff. Dante's mostly out and about, but starting September, I'll probably just stop everything and go into shock, and I don't even care. I don't want to be alive and on drugs at all. So I'm gonna get off them. That wasn't a suicide thing. I'm not gonna kill myself. I love Jesus, even though I feel completely disconnected. I'm just saying a life on pills is not a life for me. So even if I have to cut everything cold turkey and be hospitalized and go through everything all over and get paralyzed and all that, I'm gonna get off everything, because this is not who I am. This is not how I feel. This is not my character. So when you have people in your life that do really shitty things, that are on drugs, it's really not them. These things, you can't even control your emotions. You would just, you don't even feel like you could be around people you love. You just feel like you're just gonna be an asshole. And I'm a kind person, and I can't even find anything in me to overpower being on this amount of drugs. So that's like another reason why you have to get clean and detox. And like I said, I can't do it now, but once Dante goes back to school, I'm just gonna stop taking every single thing, even if it kills me. I'm gonna stop everything. I don't care. I'm not gonna be drugged up anymore. And if I die from it, then that's the Lord's will. So I don't care any which way. I'm just going to stop everything. I go into shock. My body shuts down. It is what it is. But at this point, I've just realized God's not going to let me die. So I'm just going to rip off the Band-Aid and do it. And whatever the consequences, whatever, I'll just deal with it, right? I'm gonna go. I literally feel miserable. I haven't been wanting to do videos. It's important to be gentle as a dove. Nothing in me feels gentle. Nothing in me feels loving or kind or joyful or anything. I feel like a drugged up asshole. And that's it. I feel it 10,000 times worse than I did with my disorder, because you just feel just mean and hot-headed and irritable and so exhausted, and I don't even know how to praise through this part, because even when I try, it's just not working, because my brain and my emotions are not in alignment with anything positive, anything good. So I know the answer is to praise through the storm and keep talking to God and ride it through, but it's harder to do it now than it was literally in a wheelchair, than it was with seizures, because at least I have my mind. But drugs, they warp your mind. What pharmaceuticals do to your drugs, they're literally drugs. You're no better off doing a pharmaceutical than heroin. There's heroin in these pharmaceuticals. There's meth and there's every street drug, all that crap. There's all in the pharmaceuticals, and they're 10,000 times worse. 10,000 times worse. And the effects are god awful. God awful. Every day. Every single day. You just hate. And I'm looking forward to, I don't know when this ends. I don't know if it just doesn't end till I'm clean. I don't know. But hopefully it ends sooner than later, because this has been one of the worst phases of all of it. It's one thing laying in bed not being able to do nothing 90% of every day. I'm used to that by now, but it's another thing to have so much just this horrid emotion that even the great things you can't be like, yay. You know. I don't know. This is not an encouraging message at all. This is just for everyone going through recovery that feels like this. You know. I have zero answers, but you know, I know it eventually ends. I'll tell you when or how. So just don't feel bad that now you're supposed to be so happy because you're in recovery. We're thankful, we're in remission, we're happy, but there's just so much to do now, and you're so drained. I don't even like walking to the bathroom. It makes me exhausted. Literally exhausted. Even talking, everything is just miserable now, and it's all because of the drugs. That's why you want to stay off pharmaceuticals. Get off them as fast as you can. They're just, I can't, I can't even feel like prophetic. I just feel drugged up and desensitized. Because before you're on all those pills, but you're not in remission. Now you're in remission. Your brain and body are completely different, but you're on all the same amount of drugs. So now they're just really screwing with your head. Really bad. I have to walk outside or in the shower a lot of times to calm down, to feel like the Hulk. Alright, bye guys. And sorry it wasn't anything pleasant, but if you're in recovery, you know, we're all kind of suffering through it, and let's just ride it out, you know.